Hello. Hello. Welcome to this video. Yeah, it's another year. It's another game jam. Last year I made a board game, Scrappet Kaiser Princess, and this year I'm making another one for this year's game jam. I'm working with Meebid again and to make the digital version. I'm currently playtesting and balancing out the game that I've got. But before that, let me introduce the game jam, just in case there are other people out there that don't know what's going on. There's a link in the description. But basically, there's this book series that we're creating a game off of. I know it says video game, but it's going to be a video game soon. Basically, it's Twilight, except instead of a vampire, it's a giant robot. The unfortunate thing about this story is in the 11th book, there was a twist that the giant robot was actually being piloted by a smaller human-sized robot. And the fan base was very mad, and the series died, basically. So we got this franchise for cheap, and we want to revive it. But the author doesn't want us to reverse the twist. Instead, they are allowing us to revive one of the 8 characters that have died throughout the course of the series. So we've got Jeb O'Shani, who is a bounty hunter. He dies both in book 2 and book 9. We've got Mrs. Frida, who is a tailor who made Gigantimus's clothes. We have Charlene Chibbs, who's a young girl who idolized the giant robot. She also has a cigar that she does not smoke. It's for decoration only. Ziv Chromebeak, who is an assassin. Damien is a childhood best friend who could rewind time. That didn't really help him keep him from dying in book 9, though. We have Sumiv Waring, another childhood friend who dies in book 9. Aldius Ripley, who he builds robots, but he didn't know that they were illegal love bots. And we got Trick, who is a Grazaloid, who he's like a repairman, repairlian, and had like a secret underground organization that sold black market parts and stuff. Anyways, so, oh yeah, there's also other rules. Playable on Windows, no copyrighted material. Game shouldn't take longer than 40 minutes to finish, which I think that's good. One of the characters must be revived and become the star of the game. That star does not have to be controlled by the player, and we can revive other characters, and we can also choose. I think I made this joke before. The revived character must have a cool new ability. They must say at some point everything is going to be alright forever. There are no giant robots. And Dark Shippy Doos must make another appearance as a boss battle. Optional boss battle. We are also judged on different things. Kind of the same stuff as last time, but instead of how much we care about the character, there's franchise revitalization, which is very, very interesting to me. Yes, let me get down to it. Let me tell you the story of what I've got. This is my rule book. as you can see, I have not written anything here just yet. It is very early in playtesting. I think the skeleton of the game, the basics of the game is pretty good. I'm just adjusting abilities, figuring out distribution of decks and whatnot. But the basic story, so as you can see from the characters, they're all pretty cool. I couldn't really set none of them in particular jumped out at me as like someone I wanted to, was like the obvious pick. Like last time there was just the Ultra Mint who had the card collection, which was easy to, you know, come up with an idea for. So I decided to start with thinking about mechanics and the kind of tone that I wanted to go for. I don't know what we should look at, so I'm just clicking here. So I was thinking about Cowboy Bebop. I was thinking of going for that vibe. This idea of kind of like a ragtag crew of characters that are working together, but also don't like each other that much. But they're all stuck on one ship, and they're just bounty hunting. And so I've got this game here. I ended up. It's not a one-player game. This is going to be a 3-player game. And we have 3 characters here. We've got Sumiv, we have Jebri. Let me say their full names. Sumiv Waring, the character that I ended up choosing. We've got Jebri Ocean, and Glaz, who is a Graziloid. Yeah, I'm going for a Cowboy Bebop vibe. I think I mentioned that. Is there anything else to say about the lore? Yeah, so there are 3 characters. As the player, for the digital version, you can choose any character you want, and like a fighting game, whatever character wins, it will show that character's ending. And that would be where there will be some revelations. I won't really say them. I'm going to keep them secret for now. Revelations that will hopefully be spark interest in franchise revitalization. Because right now, you know, it's not too connected to what happened in Steel Love. But, you know, the ending is where it's going to get you, I hope. So let me talk about this game here. The mechanic that I was particularly interested in is something called action drafting. So I've got these 9 actions down here. And the way it works is there are 2 phases in a round. In the first phase of the round, you draft these different actions. So say Sumiv here is first. She'll take maybe she'll take contract as her first action. And then Jebri will go next. He'll take, I don't know, warp. And then Glaz will take another. And then we go back in circle, or we loop around to the first player until all of the actions are complete, and that is the end of the phase. And then, in the second phase, on your turn, you will perform the actions that you have drafted in any order you want. So Sumiv here can contract the target, work, can purchase cards from the market, or if you don't want to do a particular action that you ended up with, like say she didn't really care about this last action that she picked up, you can just get $2 instead. I need to think of a sci-fi money term that isn't credits. Credits is overused. So yeah, your goal is to get the most points. You get them mostly by capturing these targets here. And you capture them by rolling dice and hitting the number in the bottom right corner. So in order to get this guy's got a name. In order to get Give Marvelous, you need to roll a 31 in your dice pool. And you can boost that number with weapons that you buy from the market, or by investigating and applying research to targets that you have contracted. And yeah, so after that, that's a round. There's going to be 6 rounds. After every second round, there's going to be an event. I need to come up with events, more events, but it's going to be like in Mario Party, where there's like a little mini game and someone will get a bonus depending on the results of that little mini game. It's most likely just going to be like a die roll or whatnot. But yeah, let me run through a round or two to show you how it works. Okay. Let me roll to see who's first. Sumiv rolls 4, Jebri rolls a 3, and Glaz. Oh, okay. Sumiv will go first. So I'm saying this is a very early prototype. I'm still balancing out abilities and stuff. So some of these things will likely change. I've been play testing this by myself, but hopefully I'll play test it with actual people soon, and I'll probably open it up eventually once I've solidified the abilities and the events more. Anyways, so each character has, their own abilities. In addition, each character has an assist ability. And each character also has a goal. So you use your assist ability with the resolve action. If you have the enlist ability, you use another character's assist ability. So like you enlist somebody else's help. And it's usually like well, you'll see how it kind of is. And then there's also a little goal. So Sumiv's goal is that she wants to gain or have 20 research on this card at the end of the game. If she does, she'll get 10 points. And let me show you Jebri's. Jebri just wants to have the most dice, and Glaz just wants to have the most weapons. So these guys are pretty simple. Okay, so with that in mind, Sumiv's looking at investigate, but resolve is also pretty good. Everyone's unique ability is kind of busted, which I think is pretty nice. Sumiv's is that she can take the top target from this deck, and then she rolls her entire dice pool and can apply her research however she wishes, or arrange them. But you got to be careful because let me grab enlist for Jebri, even though like contracting is probably good. I'll show you how that works. Yeah, Jebri is just the muscle. He can also repeat another action card that he holds. Not much to say about Jebri. Quite the mystery that guy is. Seems a little familiar. I don't know what's going on with him. Claws deals with weapons and the market. So whenever there's a discard pile, when she resolves her ability, she can search through the discard pile and just grab one, or just pull a card from the top of the market deck. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about their assists. Anyways, Glaw's goal is that she just wants the most weapon cards. Yeah, I mentioned that. So sometimes you gotta be a little careful with how many weapons you use on these targets. So Glaw's is going to work, actually. She wants some money. Let's see, Sumiv. Sumiv is going to get a lot of research. She's going to get a target. She could investigate to gain more research. Yeah, she's probably going to investigate. Jebri. Does Jebri want to capture? Or does he want to secure this big point? These big points. Or he can just go first next round. See, this is why I need this is what slows me down when I'm trying this alone. Trying to get into the head of like each player. So like Jebri sees that because he wants to work. He wants to work out. But Glaza's got it. Does he want to capture or contract? If he enlists Sumiv, yeah, he's gonna try it. Let's bank on Sumiv giving him something good. And then Glaz is going to... Glaz actually wants to warp. And there's a pretty good reason why Glaz wants to warp. Oh yeah, there's lots of things I have to tell you about this. I only told you the basics. The super basics. Sumiv is going to contract. Just to keep Jebri from taking too much. Jebri is going to go first, and Glaz is going to buy cards. Okay, so now that phase is over, we're going on to performing our actions. So Sumiv can do this in any order she wishes. She is going to start by resolving her character's unique ability. She can take the top target from the deck, boop, and investigate with her entire dice pool. So you just basically roll this, and this number you gain in research, which is 11, 12, 13. 13. Slide that there. And then she can arrange this however she wishes. She could just dump it all on her character card, and she's super close to hitting 20. Or she could put it on this. This is 10 points. So maybe she wants to put just a... No. No, because Jebri is probably going to enlist her help. And she's not going first next round, most likely. Well, yeah, we're going to stick with that. She's going to contract a target. She's going to take, I mean, it's not a lot of points, but you can very easily roll that, especially with some research. Oh yeah, here's the optional boss battle. Dark Shibidus is one of the targets that you can face. And he's got the highest point value, the highest number, and you can't research. But you can waltz into planet Z and go a-blastin'. Anyways, so she's resolved, she's contracted. Time for her to investigate. So you just roll one die, get that much research, and you apply it to one of your targets. It's gonna go on this one, the cheap one. The cheap one? This is so tough, because one of these is gonna go to, yeah, we're gonna put on the cheap one. Okay, so those are the three actions. Jebri is doing his. He will command. He's gonna go first next round. He can't capture just yet because he needs a contract. He needs a target. So he's going to enlist the help of Sumiv, where it says Sumiv gives you a target and 3 extra research of her choosing. So she's going to give him the harder to hit, and she has to give him some research. There we go. And Jebri can capture or pass on capturing and get $2 instead. So let's see. The number is 28. You reduce the number by 3, 1 point for each research. And if you'll notice, each target was last seen on a specific planet. So here's the solar system, galaxy, star map. Here's the map here of all the planets. And this is the ship, the Shoegazer. When you are on the same planet as a target that a target was last seen on, so if this ship was on planet E, then there would be an additional -3, because, you know, you don't have to fly so far. You save some fuel. But we are on planet A, so we don't get that bonus. Does he want to attempt to roll and get 425? Well, if you look at here, he's only got 3 dice. The highest he can get is 18, so that's not going to work out for him. So instead he's going to pass on capturing and take 2 Wulongs credits. And then it's going to be Glaz's turn. Glaz. So, I mentioned how warp is pretty important. You use warp to fly to a planet to make it easier to get a target. But you can also make it harder for other players as well. So you can see, like, Sumiv's got a target that's on planet B. Jebri's got one on planet E. So it's probably good if you're to warp to not go to one of those planets. And she's warping us to planet D. The reason why is so she can flush. And you see this is probably the most expensive weapon. She wants that in the discard pile so she can grab it later. If she can nab this resolve action in a future round, that allows her to take that card for free. Oh yeah, and the market is refreshed. And then you can work. When you work, you can get 1 die permanently. You just work out and you get stronger. And that really helps your dice rolls. Or you can roll a die and gain money, 2 times the money. So let's roll. So she's gonna get 10. I can't make up a new name. I have to say either credits, woolongs, or bucks. 10 bazingas. And that, oh yeah, purchase. So she wants a lot. So having, but big numbers would be nice. Yeah, big numbers are nice. So there's that 6. Is she gonna spend all her money? 5. And maybe the boomerang ammo. 2. Locked and loaded already. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All your money is gone. The nice thing about Glaw's having a bunch of weapons is if you look at her assist ability, you get to take a weapon card and pay her half price. So she essentially sells you the weapon. You're taking away a strong card from her, and also potentially ruining her goal. Same thing with this when you enlist Sumiv's help. With Jebri, however, well, we'll see. I'll show you. We'll do another round. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so Jebri's first this time. Jebri wants to work. He wants dice. This is the only way. Oops. This is the only way to get dice outside of events, which I'll talk about after this round. Glaw's. What does Glaw's want to do? Glaw's has got a bunch of weapons. Glaw's needs to Glaw's wants that 10, actually. Glaw's is going to resolve. Sumiv. Does Sumiv want to investigate or bank in? So Sumiv could bank in this target, could enlist to prevent other players from using her assist ability and taking that, or she can investigate. She's looking pretty good on her goal, so she might do one of these. I think she's going to take enlist, so she can maybe buy a card or get Jebri's help. Jebri's assist is pretty busted. You pay him $3 to do something that an action that he holds. But if the action is capture, then Jebri also rolls his dice, and you have like a massive dice pool, which is also going to get bigger just because Jebri's main goal is to have the most dice. So it's pretty nice. Anyways, again, this is a prototype. Some of these might be a little too overtuned. There's still tweaking going on. But, you know, I really like how having busted abilities is pretty fun. You know, in an earlier prototype, these effects were a lot meaner. Like her goal, instead of being like 20, it was 30, and Gloz needed like 5 weapon cards and $30. It was pretty mean. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Let's see. What does Sumiv want to do? Now she wants to capture. No one picked up capture, so she might as well take it. Jebri is going to contract. He wants to contract Dark Shippy Doos because if another player grabs it and they enlist him, it's just going to make it so easy to beat Dark Shippy Doos. Alright, Gloz. Man, Gloz kind of wanted to contract. So instead, Gloz is going to does Gloz want to be first? Yeah, Gloz wants to be first so she can contract. And then Sumiv, Sumiv doesn't really mind. She wants to investigate. No one took investigate. Jebri would like to warp. Yeah. Okay, alright. So let me show you how capturing works. Oh wait, no, never mind, Jebri's first. Jebri's gonna work. Instead of rolling to get money, he's just gonna grab a die. He's gonna contract Dark Shippy Doos. Now, Dark Shippy Doos is pretty tough. I already mentioned that. He can't. He's pretty strong. I'm still adding names for these. Let's see. So he's worked, he's contracted. Does he want to warp? I think he's not going to. Yeah, he's not going to warp. So he's just going to pass on that and get 2 Mulalas. Now it's Gloz's turn. Gloz is going to resolve and just take that. I wonder if I should, like, you know, adjust, maybe take like this and this. Nah, but that's too much. Maybe that's too much. So right now, Gloz doesn't have any money, so purchasing isn't really worth it. And even if she passed on taking command, she still wouldn't have the money. So she's just going to pass on purchasing. And then she'll be first next round. Now Sumiv. Alright, now I'm going to tell you how capturing works. Target escapes on a failed roll. And right now, she needs to roll 10 or more. It might be good to enlist. No, wait. She's holding capture, so she can't enlist Jebri. So instead, she is going to enlist Gloz's help. Gloz is going to offer a weapon. Oh, thanks, Gloz. Here's some money. To further explain why I couldn't do Jebri, like you can probably see. When you enlist Jebri, you pay him 3 marbles to perform one of his held actions, and if the action he is holding that you are performing is capture, then he helps you out. But Sumiv took the capture action, so, you know, it's not going to work. So before we capture, it might be good to investigate a little bit. She's got 3. So the average roll is 3.5. 3.5 times 3. That's 10.5, 10.5. So it's very likely that she doesn't need this. If you put it on here, it's definitely more guaranteed. But she's also trying to get to her goal. She is going to go second next time. So maybe it's good to put it on here. Because the thing is, if she fails this roll, the target will escape, and she won't be able to try again. Oh, I just realized no weapons are allowed. So she can't even use this to ensure the hit. Yeah, better safe than sorry. So anyways, now that we've got this, she needs to roll a 7 in order to bank that in. And we're in. She's got it. So she's going to get 5 points. The target and all the research goes away. And that is the end of round 2. Now at the end of every second round, even round, there's going to be these events, you know. Let's see, what is this one? Impatient Crew. Each player attempts a hit on a target in the target row, ignore any target effects, and then they're discarded for the next round if they're hit on. It's not looking likely that, you know, they'll be able to do this, but we'll see. Trying to get 21, it's not gonna work. Although I wonder, you know, I just wrote these out. I wonder if using weapons on this would be good. I don't have a closed parentheses on that last sentence. Alright, Jebri, is it gonna work? No. Claws? Definitely not. Anyways, let me show you some of these other events. We've got Who's Buying Dinner. Each player rolls their dice pool. The player with the lowest loses $3, but gains a die. You know, you lose the money, but you sneak, you know, you eat like half of it on the way home. And it toughens you up. What's another one? Casino Visit. Each player rolls their dice pool. The group gains money equal to the total, split evenly. Again, I have not tested these events at all, so I am unsure as to how balanced they are. That's definitely going to throw in like so much money. So I don't know about that one. But yeah, and then the events will get progressively more intense, maybe? Hopefully. I need to work on them a bit more. And then the third pile is going to be like the big events. They'll probably be really tough to write. But here's this one. Everything's going to be alright forever. The player who has successfully hit Everagvis gains 10 points. He's going to be in the deck, most likely. When a target is hit, they go to jail. They don't die. That's important because the endings are going to tie back into the original story. So yeah, that's the basic gist of how this works. After the final round, you do this final event. Yeah, I guess this would be hard to track. Because how do you know who hit Avaragnis if you discard it into the discard pile? Well, that's why he's not... I didn't add him yet. Anyways, that's how this game works. At the end, whoever has the most reputation points will be the winner, and it will show their ending, fighting game style. There's going to be a couple of screens, images, static images with text, and yeah. That's all. What else do I have? My notes. Where are my notes? Okay. Yes. Playtests. I'm doing some personal playtests. You know, I'm playing it by myself, but I also have my personal friend group who helped me playtest Scrappet Kaiser Princess. They're helping me again. If I can, I'm going to do a playtest tomorrow as of this recording, and I'm hoping by next week, this weekend I'll start working on this rule book. I'll start filling it out, but I'm hoping to have that finished, relatively polished by mid next week, so I can start thinking about art. And I'll open this game up for more playtests. If you want to play the game, I can walk you guys through it. It's pretty easy. You don't need anything. This is just a free browser-based thing. Sorry, my dog was doing something back there. You okay? Anyways, yeah. I never know how to end these videos. It's always some awkward fizzling out. But if you have any questions or suggestions, you can post them in the comments, in the forums, in the Discord. I suppose it might get lost in the Discord, actually. So, in the forums. I feel like there's something else I should say, but I don't know what there is. I don't know who Jebri is. Jebri Ocean. Sounds so familiar, but I don't know who he is. What's his deal? Alright, that's all. Next time I'll have a more solidified prototype, and maybe I'll have some placeholder art to make this look nicer. And then I'll open it up for play testing, and hopefully some people will be interested. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.